It's 5 o'clock. You get up. This way you can already finish a few tasks before the workday begins. Never sleep more than 7 hours per night. Too much sleep increases the risk of obesity. First, you make a fruit salad for your daily vitamin C, fiber, vitamin B3, B5 and E, beta-carotene, vitamins B1 and B2, and antioxidants. Wash the fruit to get the sand off. Slice it, mix it up, and then add a handful of walnuts. Walnuts reduce the risk of cardiovascular disease. You let the food digest for a bit, and then it's time to take a shower. Too much shampoo will dry out your scalp, so use just enough to wash the sand out of your hair. Around 7, the first chores are done, and you drink a cup of coffee. The caffeine in coffee activates the muscles. You also take a small piece of dark chocolate. This lowers your LDL cholesterol and stimulates the brain. You read some news articles and then do the crossword, which you should be able to solve within 10 minutes. You take a glass of water in order to counteract the dehydrating effect of the coffee, and then go to work for a few hours straight. Around noon, you should wipe some sand off your desk and eat something for new energy. Mackerel contains important omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids. You also combine different colored vegetables to get the most benefit from the flavonoids. Flavonoids are powerful antioxidants, essential for the metabolism. At 3 o'clock in the afternoon, you go cycling to keep the body agile. And being outside, the daylight can provide you with vitamin D. This is good for the immune system, and it boosts your calcium intake. At the end of your round, cycling gets harder because of the sand on the road. And to add to the inconvenience, the wind blows the sand in your face. Before you step into the shower again, you take a moment to masturbate. Masturbating 5 times a week reduces the risk of prostate cancer by 30%. It's difficult to focus on an orgasm because the sand in your hand rubs painfully. To keep yourself from standing in the shower too long, you use ice-cold water. This way you might not get all the sand off your body, but that doesn't matter. You would only briefly get rid of it anyway. The sand already starts taking over your house. After the final working hours, it's time for the evening meal. There's so much sand on the kitchen floor, however, that the refrigerator door can no longer be opened. You pick up a bottle of wine and a glass from one of the upper cabinets, and you struggle your way into the living room. The tabletop is still far enough above the sand for you to be able to cram your legs underneath. You pour yourself a glass of wine. A glass of red wine a day may reduce the risk of cardiovascular disease. You grab a handful of sand and see how a thin, sun-warmed trickle of sand seeps straight from your fist onto the table. A glass of red wine a day may reduce the risk of cardiovascular disease. A spilled drop rolls over the surface of the sand like a circular cut ruby. When it stops rolling, it forms a dark circle in the sand. A glass of red wine a day may reduce the risk of cardiovascular disease. It's time to go to bed, but the sand is blocking the bedroom door. So you decide to stay in the living room. After the last sip of wine, you lay your head back. Tomorrow you'll wash your hair again. A final glance through the window at the dark gray moonlight, and you feel the sand embrace your body like a warm blanket.